Guidance was cut, and this was their fiscal first quarter, so it's always tough to have a guidance revenue and EBITDA cut after your first report, but they hadn't seen a bounce yet in their traffic post logo change, controversy, and everything that went along with it. On the positive side, they said traffic has now steadied at this down 10 to 11% level, which is translating into a down a mid-single digit same-store sales. So if you're a glass half full investor, you're saying that after the stabilization comes an improvement. Their new guidance has a pretty wide range. So the low end of the range is assuming no improvement through year end, which we think sounds pretty conservative to us, and then on the higher end, they would see a gradual, slow improvement in traffic going forward. So what are they going to do? It's going to continue to be about improving the operations, right? That's been a key tenet under CEO Julie Masino. It's also going to be food innovation. It's going to be Southern favorites. It's going to be twists on old classics. It's going to be bringing back items that people loved and want to see return to the menu. But I think what really stood out is their willingness to listen more closely to their customers. I think that's a big key point of focus for them moving forward after the controversy that they suffered.
Well, Michael, so in terms of what are they going to do, right? It seems that cutting CapEx is a part of the plan. Is that something that you think would signal discipline, or does it actually risk slowing the turnaround even more?
Well, they're going to still refresh the stores. What they're cutting back on is a more extensive remodel, which was in tandem with the logo change, which was something that was angering customers, right? So I think the CapEx change is probably, the lowered CapEx is probably smart. But they're going to continue to refresh their stores. They're going to continue to give them a fresh coat of paint, improve floors where they need to, clean up the bathrooms, things of that nature that nobody's going to get up in arms over.
I'm actually surprised in hindsight that maybe this management team kept their jobs there. I mean, this was a real self-inflicted wound there. What's the shareholders been saying? Has there been any pushback other than selling the shares?
Yeah, so listen, Julie Masino, you make a great point, Paul, and Julie Masino, the reason why I believe she's still there is that she was doing a great job until this controversy hit. This is a chain that had been bleeding traffic for years, right? They've been really struggling for a long time to bring in younger consumers, right? And she had shown pretty good success over the 12 months leading into the logo change. Same-store sales at the restaurants were up 5% right. In the August quarter. So I think that's why the proxy fight kind of failed. The attempt to remove her from the board failed, and why she still has her job right now is that this chain was a mess prior to her arrival, and she was showing some pretty good progress up until August.